Well. It feels good to get a win, don't it?
Damn right. Damn right. The Eagles won. The Cowboys lost. The 49ers lost.
Feel good to get a win, bro.
Yep, let's get to it. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a victory edition of Broad Street Aftermath with your boy Cool Cat Connor, with my brother King DB. What up, King? You muted, bad boy.
Pause. Don't ever say bad boy. You know that's a Diddy term.
The king.
The shirt. No, look, it's just a cool shirt I made. I'll be off of something else. But look, I'm good, man. You know, we got a victory, right?
Yeah, we got a lot to talk about. We got my guy Smitty Eagle. What up, Smitty?
I'm relaxed, man. I get to watch the rest of the Sunday on the good side of football.
Yes, sir. So let's talk about it. Salute to everybody. We got Aaron in the chat. We got Mike in the chat. Of course, we got Short Dog in the chat. Hey, y'all, we got a lot to talk about here, man. So listen, man, y'all know what to do. Victory Monday or the other one. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that notification bell. Like, subscribe, and comment to the Birds of Broad Street YouTube channel. All of our channels. Me, King, Smitty, Trey, Moan, Alex, Steve, Leader, Nosa Gang, the whole crew, man.
What happened?
All right. Well, hey man, no, look, it was a very stressful game, but I love the defense, bro. Some boys stood on big business. I don't know what C.J. Gardner-Johnson and Jalen Carter felt, but them boys is on fire, and they brought everybody with them. Zach Bond seemed like he had a mission to like really get out there and prove something. I like what I see from Jordan Davis. I mean, we didn't have the greatest, performance on offense, but defensively, dog, them boys came and they stood up, man. They stood up with their chest out, chin up, chest out. Even though they did get punched on last week with the run game. People told me that, Kamara was gonna have his way. He was gonna be able to, in the pass game and the run game, be our kryptonite. I don't think he had the night he thought he was gonna have, bro. I really believe, I said it, Vic Fangio, if you're gonna watch my podcast, bro, you know what I'm saying? You what I'm saying? You can shout me out, bro. You know what I'm saying? With the 5-man front you kept running with Milton Williams, Jordan Davis, and Jalen Carter. You could have shot me out, bro, in the post game. You know what I mean? No, but it was a good showing from the defense. I was very surprised because, you know, going into that game, we had seen some very subpar defense moving up to that point. So really to see them come out, hold them boys to 12 points. If I'm not mistaken, up until the last few minutes of the fourth quarter, they was under 100 yards, like things of that nature. Just to be able to do that, man, it looks like either they bought in or Fangio was not as stubborn as I thought he was. He changed it up. Did a really good job, man, slowing down the team that they said was hot. But I told y'all last week I wasn't impressed. I thought they played two mediocre teams. It just showed up today that, you know, what we seen from them 40 points they put up, just teams that weren't good. They ran into a team that was motivated, a team that was dedicated, bought in, and ready to play football. And offensively, we did not. We were not bought in and ready to play football. But defensively, you know, we was throwing punches and ready to go. Get well soon, Smitty. You know, get well soon, Lane Johnson and Mekhi Becton. You know, but we're gonna have to do better on offense, man, because we ain't gonna keep beating teams like this. But I ain't gonna be too negative. I'm gonna enjoy the win. You know, business today is enjoying the win because we did get a great win, but offensively, I was kind of upset.
King?
Overall, man, it was a great team victory. That's my positive. Also, you know, the defense came to play. You know, being able to hold a team like that, team that was averaging like 30 points or plus in the first half, and we held them to 3. That was awesome on the defensive part. Just holding them to a field goal and so forth. We held that team to 12 points overall. We had way more rushing yard, way more total yards than them, which was awesome. Regardless of how the offense side of the ball played. You know, the players. We gonna get into that, but it wasn't on the players. The defense actually showed a lot of charismatic type of detailed plays, you know, except for probably Bryce Huff. Bryce Huff had 18 snaps, no rushes. So yeah, I was looking at him, like keying in on him, and he was not relevant, you know. But everybody else was, you know. You had the one-on-one matchup with Chris Olave and Quayon Mitchell. And Quayon Mitchell, you know, he made some plays, and you know, Chris Olave made some plays as well. But soon as I knew that the Saints center went down and he was like banged up, I knew that Jalen Carter was going to start eating, and that's what happened. And then, you know, my man JD, shout out to Jordan Davis, got a first sack since last year. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, the defense came up to play. You know, he came to play. Darius Slay, you know, hopefully he gets well as well. You know, just like Smitty said, everybody else too. Devontae Smith, Mekhi Becton, his finger.
The only reason I didn't say Slay, I thought he was, you know, kind of good because he had his helmet at the end. It looked like he was trying to get back in, but
he was trying to get back in. He was trying to get back in, but at the same time,
but they were like, nah, bro, just sit down. We don't need you to go out there and re-injure. Nothing. I was scared too. Look, because he was like grabbing his helmet, DV, and he was like trying to go back on the field, and then Vic Fangio was like, "Go to the side." I was like, "Thank God."
Like, no, don't get back in because you can harm the team more than help, especially if you banged up.
He still was kind of like limping, like,
right.
You know what I mean? I'm like,
right, just like I was watching the Cardinals game, and Buda Baker was like that. You know, he was banged up, and then he was still trying to make play. He was making plays, but he was limping.
You could tell he was off.
Yeah. So, but the defense showed up, man. I'm proud of them boys, man. They retaliated from last week. You could tell in practice, a short week, but you could tell in practice that the emphasis was stopping the run. You could tell the emphasis was tackling and just, you know, making a play for your brothers. And I'm happy to see CJ Gardner-Johnson play, and he basically made an impact.
We got to speak on something. I forgot that we got to speak on something though.
What?
That nasty piece of shit spit on Smitty, bro, while he was laying on the ground, bro.
Oh yeah.
I will never have respect for the Saints ever again after today.
The Saints played dirty, bro.
Yes, they did.
The whole game
Never
they played
again.
dirty. They
You
played
spit
dirty.
on that man, bro. I have listen. People talk about what Jalen Carter did at the end of that game and how he was, over the top, bro. He know what happened in that pile, bro. He heard the word got round. He spit on that man, bro. That's disrespectful as it can get, bro. As it can get.
You heard what Saquon said at the end of the game. He said, "Yo, we pulled it together for Smitty. Dirty hit and all that, all the nonsense that happened, and they pulled it together for him."
Yeah, but like unnecessary hit. The man going backwards, like what? Like, come on, bro. Unnecessary. Then you get up and spit on him.
Yeah, and just going on the offensive side of the ball, man. Mekhi Becton goes down. Tyler Steen comes in. Jalen Hurts. Only thing I fought Jalen Hurts on is his timing on throws. Like I felt like that it was off. It was real off. It was really off. Until like he started getting that rhythm. Once he got that rhythm, you start seeing, Dallas Goedert start getting acquainted. Jahan Dotson started getting acquainted. Shout out to Jahan Dotson, man. The big yard catch for Dallas Goedert. Jahan Dotson made that play happen for him to be wide open like that. It was 3 Saints players that ran into each other. I'm like, yo, Jahan Dotson, I guess he ran a good route to the point where he got,
He did the AJ, bro. He did what AJ did against Green Bay with the
right.
Hey,
and Dallas Goedert was wide open. He was wide open. Dallas Goedert was wide open, and he was able to, take it.
Did you see what
to the red zone?
Did you see what Dawson said about the play?
No.
He said he messed it up every time they ran it in practice this week.
Wow.
He was like, and for them to call it in the clutch moment like that, he was like, I knew I had to do my job.
Right, because it was like, yo, you messing it up, That showed that, the coaching staff, or I guess Kellen Moore, actually had that faith in Jahan Dotson to do his job. And, down the stretch, it worked out. The interception, honestly, that was just bad timing and bad play calling. Bad timing on Jalen Hurts' part because I felt like that, Smitty needed to pass that defender. Like his cheek.
He rocked. He was supposed to go straight. He curved it. He did what we talked about Anais, bro, with the curve on the top of it. He's supposed to flatten it out and cut Matthews off. It was a one read route. It was 1, 2, 3 out because Smitty supposed to be coming straight. If Smitty does what AJ would have did,
right? But at the same time, you shouldn't have thrown it there.
It ain't really like a read, bro. It's just like 1, 2, 3. When he rocked, I'm letting it go. I'm letting it go because I see the defense. It was a time. It's what they call it, anticipation play. Mm-hmm. You read the defense off what they do. If he dropped, I'm putting it to Smitty, and Matthews did what he was supposed to do by dropping. Smitty just got to flatten that off. Smitty flattened it off is an easy touchdown.
I don't care about all that. What I'm saying is the play call shouldn't have been that.
Why not?
It shouldn't have been no pass.
Smitty just ran a little bad route.
No, I'm not talking about the outcome. I'm talking about it shouldn't have been that. It should have been like a check down play. It should have been a run. It should have been something like that because the offense, is looking for that big play. And I understand giving your man an opportunity to try to make a play, but I don't think that it should have been that. It shouldn't have been that. You want to protect the quarterback, make sure he's basically making minimal mistakes. And you put him in a situation where he's forcing the ball to his playmaker, and the outcome was that. I swear,
that's a touchdown, bro.
If we lost this game, that would have been an emphasis on national sports media that he threw the touchdown. I mean, he threw the interception in the red zone. As soon as that happened, they were just already. Twitter was blowing up. Hey, he threw so many interceptions in the last couple games, including the games for last year. Then he fumbled the ball. So certain things that we let it slide because we won. I'm just saying that we got to look at the whole. Like it was a win. It was a must needed win.
The fumble is his fault, but I think if Devontae run the route right, it's an easy touchdown. What's the name will be 6 yards away from Smitty if Smitty flattened the route out. Smitty just curved it off. He didn't get in front of the defender like he should have. Sometimes anticipation throw, you know what I'm saying? You put it in the end zone, you thinking your receiver gonna do one thing, he does another. If that's AJ, bro, AJ flattened that off. He straight bully ball Matthews for a touchdown. They just, to me, you gave Smitty a AJ route. That's what I feel like.
But you have to, because he's the number one. You have to give him that route. You have to. It's just, I think the timing was off with both of them, not just Hurts, but with Smitty as well. It was just off. It didn't look right.
To me, I thought it was a touchdown. I thought Smitty was going to flatline it because I've seen us run that play 1,000 times, and AJ boot, he come back cross, it's straight line. You gave him too much of a bubble at the top of the route. Like, I don't know what because it's like, I know the play so well. I know exactly what we was doing. It's just a 1, 2, 3. It got to be out on 3. When he rocked, he should be coming straight across Tyrann Mathieu's face. Matthew should not be able to get to the ball.
And that's what I'm saying. As soon as he come across Matthews, it should have been right there between the numbers.
That's where it was at, though. Smitty just didn't go to the right spot. When you look at the play, you'll be like, damn, Smitty did curve it. He should have went straight across. He didn't cut Matthew off. He gave Matthew a free lane to the ball.
Mm.
So Matthew didn't have to fight or nothing. He went straight downhill. If Smitty right there, it's almost like how I felt about the Jair Alexander one. Like free lane to the ball. There's no receiver in front of you impeding, which with the route play you should be having somebody there. Nobody's there. Hey Lex, nah, bro, I sent you the space and everything, man. You told me Alvin Kamara was gonna have a day, man. Let me look at these stats, man. Yeah, Lex, what happened, man? My defense didn't give up that run like you thought we was, huh? Interesting.
DeAndre, I'm gonna get to Sirianni. I'm gonna get to Sirianni.
Yeah, I don't even know if I want to talk about dude gonna ruin.
I do.
I don't really. I don't really want to hear that right now because I don't even want a headache, man. Dude already gave.
No, okay. When we get to coaches,
all right. We'll get to coaches, but let's go ahead and let's get to our quarterback, Jalen Hurts. Let's give out some grades. Jalen Hurts was 29 of 38 for 311 yards, no touchdown, that one interception. Sacked 4 times and a rating of 88.8. So start us off, King, with Hurts.
Is it a letter grade or a number grade? Oh.
It's our regular letter grade.
Letter grade?
Yeah.
I'll give Jalen Hurts a C+. Mm-hmm. Jalen Hurts made some unwise decisions in the first half. Second half, he started getting the rhythm. And then that 2-minute drive, man, that was magnificent, that he set up there and got a comeback win. Even
hold it down for me, Keenan.
Though it was a low scoring. Mm-hmm. Even though it was a low scoring game, Jalen Hurts basically did what he needed to do to win the game, and you can't teach that. But also, like I said, and me and Smitty was talking about, discussing. I feel like some of his throws was like a tad bit like off. Like he had probably hold it too long, or he had throw it too early. Like it's not like a clean strike. And then also I felt like that, as soon as the right side of the line went down, I felt like that he didn't trust that side as much as he should. So he started rolling left a lot. He started going left. But his quarterback rating was great when he was getting blitzed. It still was great. I think it was like 102 point something. Yeah. So his quarterback rating was great. But overall, man, I give him a C+ though. I think it could have been better, could have been cleaner. But 311 yards, 2-minute drill to ice the game, and just plays that he was able to make with his legs. You can't take that away from Jalen Hurts. But it wasn't a great game from him. But it's a manageable game that we won. So You gotta give him C plus.
Yep. Smitty?
I ain't gonna lie. C plus, a little low for me, but I'm gonna go B plus. And yeah, he had a turnover. I probably would have gave him an A if he had had a fumble. The fumble was a little bit too careless. He just wasn't paying attention to what was going on the field. Let somebody sneak up on him and get the ball out. You gotta be way more secure with the rock than that. But I mean, in all the crucial moments when we needed him to be the best Jalen Hurts we know him to be, he did that. 29 of 38. I mean, that's a great completion percentage with a team that was playing some good coverage on the back end. 311 yards. I mean, he was finding guys. Like, I know you want to give him a C plus DV, but like for you to pull that game out, have 300 yards, and you told me we had no AJ, no Lane, no Smitty for a quarter and a half, no Mekhi Becton. I'm just like, wow. Like, I really thought once Smitty went down, the heart and soul of this team was going to float away. But we was able to pull it together. You had a guy like Saquon, a guy like Dallas got to really, really step up. But I felt like Jalen Hurts was very precise, putting the rock all over the place, man. He did something today I didn't think he was able to do, and that was just trust guys to catch the rock and make plays in moments where he normally wouldn't. Like, that last drive when we was fourth quarter, man, there's no way if AJ and Devontae healthy, he give Paris Campbell a try 2 times in a row. Like, he gave some guys the rock that I didn't think would be, crucial in this game. But I'm glad that, we were able to pull it out. I'm gonna give him a B plus. I just like the tenacity he had after Smitty go down. You don't have any of your starting receivers. You're in a position where you got to go score a touchdown. You stand in the pocket. Like, he did some things today. I got to give him props for it. I know we want to kill him over, everything most of the time because he should play so much better. But I seen moments where he could have escaped and been the old Jalen Hurts and got, sacked, got pulled down outside the pocket. He stood in and delivered some dots, delivered some great passes. Made some big third downs. We was in 3rd and 12, 3rd and 13 a lot, and he was just delivering passes to the key guys that could get us big plays. So I'm excited about what this offense could look like once Jalen Hurts really find his footing inside this offense and really utilize it to his ability. I'm hoping to see more A plus games than B plus games. But yeah, I'm gonna give him B plus.
Yeah, for me, King said C plus, Smitty said B plus. I'll go in the middle. I'll say B minus. I'll go B minus. He had a good game. I will concede that 4th quarter drive was awesome. Salute to him. He was running faster. That turnover, it is what it is. The fumble, though. The fumble. That
can't get past it.
Huh?
I said I can't get past that fumble.
Exactly. That's the one. I would have been okay with just that one interception because it would have been one. But that fumble, man, hold on to the ball. Hold on to the ball. So I'm with you guys. I'll say B minus as for my grade. So let's go ahead and let's get to the playmakers. First, let's get to Saquon Barkley first. 17 carries for 147 yards. 2 touchdowns. So, Smitty, what's your grade on Saquon?
A plus, man. I mean, he did his job. He stepped it up. He really stepped up in the crucial moments. 0-3. Smitty just went down off that hit. He steps in. You know what I'm saying? It makes a huge 65-yard touchdown. And he was funny about it too. Like, maybe if he went right in the Green Bay game, he would have had 2 long touchdowns. But he made an astounding play, man. In a crucial moment of the game, everything seemed like it was going wrong. And Saquon just said, "Damn it, give me the ball. I'm going to the crib." And he picked up some big blocks, man, on their all-out blitz. They called a couple cover zeros, and he picked it up. Right now, man, I know the Giants got to be kicking themselves. Every time he scored a touchdown, every time he do something crazy, that was his biggest play since 2019. That gotta hurt your back to know he been on your team all those years and he wasn't able to break off those plays for y'all anymore because y'all just was atrocious. And we got guys out there that you got to give hand claps to that help Saquon. You obviously that offensive line picking up some big plays. Johnny Wilson making some big blocks down the field. Even Jahan Dotson being crucial on that touchdown play, catching his guy just at the last second, just enough for Saquon to scoot by. It's a great commodity to have a guy like Saquon in the backfield, man. You can just turn around, hand it off, and he can make one or two moves, and next thing you know, you throwing your hands up because he scored a touchdown. So I appreciate it, man. A+. Hopefully we continue his momentum, moving forward. We seem to have a pretty pivotal run game, man. We able to do some things. He's putting up I think that's 404 rushing yards in 3 games so far. Most by an Eagle, by Eagle ever in the first 3 games. I think he just tied touchdowns at 5 for the most touchdowns in 3 games. Shout out to Saquon.
Yep. King?
A++ for me. Like Smitty said, I didn't think he was going to hit on it, but he did. The blocking. I've seen a lot of cover zeros from the Saints, and he picked them up, giving more time to the quarterback, Jalen Hurts.
But if Gainwell wasn't in on that one play, DV, if it was Saquon, my God, bro.
I think I know what play you're talking about. Yeah.
Where Gainwell on this side, and he's supposed to swing all the way over to catch the blitz. But he tries to catch one dude and get the clean run off on Jalen. If that was Saquon, bro, that would have been and Dallas Goedert was wide open on that play.
So
I hate that dude so much,
bro. But one thing that wasn't pointed out was that, the leadership, like I said, even before we even played the regular season snap, Saquon Barkley leadership showed today. Like I said, he was yelling at guys. He basically yelled. He was pumping up Dallas Goedert. When we scored in the little short running game, he said, "Yo, we going for 2. We going for 2." And he got the 2-point conversion. You know what I'm saying? Like things like that. In the heat of the moment, like that's the type of players that you need. On top of 147 yards. I just didn't like the fact that we scaled back a little bit. I understand why we scaling back because you want him for the long haul, but you don't need to scale back. It could be so simple. It could be very simple with this. He's supposed to be a 3-down back. I'm tired of the empty sets all the time. I'm tired of when we get down to the goal line, we do pass when we got somebody like Saquon Barkley in the backfield. So yeah, I think Saquon Barkley had a day, man. This is one, this was his game for sure.
I guess Drake London get touchdowns on that same pass play all the time, huh? It was just Slay, huh? It was just Hey, I thought DB was gonna touch it too. He said it. You didn't catch the moment when he told Jalen Carter, "I need a fucking stop."
Yeah, he did. He went
up to Jalen Carter, face mask to face mask, and said, "I need a fucking stop." You know what happened on that play? Shit.
Yeah. Yep.
That's some real leadership in the moment, man. Look,
before
he was gonna do that. I ain't see him doing it like that. He did.
Before we get to the defense. No, in fact, I'll say when we get to the defense. When we get to the defense.
That was just crazy that he walked up to Jalen Carter was like, "I need a fucking stop."
Mm-hmm.
Jalen Carter, I mean, in that moment, I was like, I watched Jalen Carter after that moment, bro. I ain't gonna lie, I was keyed in on what he was doing. Like, you just got yelled at by the dude that just put the team on his back with others. You know what I'm saying? There was 3 guys that pretty much put on their He-Man suit and said, "We carried this." It was Jalen Carter. I mean, it was Jalen Hurts, Goddard, and Saquon. And he come up to you after a moment and just said, "Hey, I need a fucking stop. I need you to go out there." You know what it remind me of, DB? I was telling my son, I was like, it remind me of Remember the Titans.
Okay.
These motherfuckers don't get another fucking yard.
Right.
Bro, I was hyped, bro. I was standing in front of the TV like this. Come on, y'all. Give me one.
Yeah. You want to go? You get your grade? Yeah, Cool Cat. Or
Already,
Saquon.
yeah, A+ for Saquon. We can move on to the wide receivers and Goddard. Goddard had 10 receiving for 170 yards.
Career
Devontae,
day, right? That's his highest career day, right?
yep. Smitty before he got hurt, no relation. 7 receiving for 79 yards. Paris Campbell had 2 receiving for 13. Kenneth Gainwell, 2 receiving for 12 yards. So go ahead, King. The wide receivers and Goddard.
If you want to do all of them in a nutshell, it's probably like a B,
Yeah.
a solid B. Covey got hurt. Hopefully he'll be okay. So prayers up to him.
Yep.
Also, Smitty, getting knocked out, then that nasty hit because the play should have been called dead.
Exactly.
But they allowed it. You know what I'm saying? So, Smitty was going off. He was able to get us out of a jam. With some catches. Also, Dallas Goedert, man. This is what we've been saying, that Dallas Goedert needed to step up. He needed to be involved in the offense, I should say, and they schemed him open. They did certain things to make sure that he was irrelevant in the offense. And this is like one of his, if not the best game that he had as a Philadelphia Eagle. So yeah, Dallas Goedert was amazing, man. So yeah, I give him a B, man. The wide receivers didn't really do too much. Jahan Dotson, quarter pass. Paris Campbell came in, caught two passes for 13 yards. Well, yeah, I think that it was just more chemistry and everything. The trust from Jalen Hurts. I think that this offense will be moving in no time. A lot of people was trying to say, because AJ Brown wasn't there, that this is why they really need him. And I'm not saying we don't. I'm just saying that even without him, I feel like that we should have been able to score, and we went back to that stagnant offense. But with all the talent and the playmakers and the skill players that we have, I feel like that we can run with anybody. Jahan Dotson just gotta, know his place and also be able to, when his number is called, to make a play. And he made certain plays that wasn't even seen on the scoreboard or the what you call them, the stats, the stat sheet. But at the same time, he made some decent plays. So I'll give him a B overall, though.
Yep. Smitty.
Obviously the stats don't look all that great. I'm gonna go on a limb and give him an A-. I think what they did in the past game to get some guys like Dallas Goedert some yak yards, to help Saquon get some yak yards. They opened up some lanes a couple times for Smitty on some plays. I'm gonna give him an A-. I think technically what you're supposed to do as a receiver is partially blocking. I think they did a great job just holding downfield, getting a guy, taking them out of the play, and let these guys build up. Yeah, you don't see a guy go for 170, a guy go for 147, and those guys on the outside ain't doing their job. They really opened up some lanes. DV spoke on it earlier. Jahan Dotson just with the pivotal, not running into the defender to get 3 guys to run into each other to get Goddard a big play. A couple times I see when Goddard got a quick play, Calcaterra got out and made a block. It was a collective of I think solid blocking by the outside. Johnny Wilson even made a big play. You know what I mean? It was to me like they made some plays, man, some pivotal plays in some moments. I'm gonna give them an A-. Man, I think what they do got to clean up is being more consistent. But I think as you go along, you get guys back in running their proper roles and things of that nature. You'll get back to what you need to see. But for what how you say it, like the intensity of the game, the emotions of the game, but you still to be locked in, still doing your job at a high clip, blocking, staying on task, staying focused. A couple of these guys like Paris Campbell, man, he been on the practice squad, didn't get any any recognition of being on the team or coming up and playing. He had to step in last minute. Hey man, look, you in. He come in and he made a first down catch, and then he made a second down catch, made it like 3rd and 2. You know what I mean? And then we ended up getting a penalty on that play. So he had to come back and make another play. So I mean, I feel like, you know, a lot of those guys stayed focused, man. It was hard I think it's hard to stay focused, especially when you're on the practice squad. You don't know when they calling you up, when they throwing you in the game plan. For Paris Campbell, I know it's 2 catches, but those 2 catches, both of them came in pivotal moments, man. And then one, it should have been 3. It should have been 3, but we ended up getting a penalty. Remember, we got the hands to the face. Hands to the face.
Yeah.
And he grabbed Saquon under here. So it should have been 3 catches. I think they did a great job blocking though, man. Just keeping the play alive. You know, keeping your guy alive, keeping him out of the play. No matter, because you don't know where Saquon or Jalen is going once they break the pocket. They can go either way. They're quick enough to make one cut, foot in the ground, and be back on your side. So I'm gonna give them an A-.
Yeah, I'll give them a B+. They did solid today. That dirty hit was Devontae, man, and the fact that was a dirty play. I want to talk about that real quick before we get to the defense. That was a dirty play, man. And I don't know if y'all saw, someone said it, probably moaned, but salute to her. One of the defensive players spit in Devontae Smith's face. That is nasty.
He didn't spit in his face.
Yeah.
He just spit on him while he was on the ground. It wasn't.
He spit on him while he was on the ground.
Yeah, that was nasty, man. You hit the guy and then you spit in his face. That was. Y'all want? Oh, Devontae.
I don't care that he didn't spit in his face. Actually, he spit on him while he was unconscious, and that's some dirty shit.
Yeah.
And I hope karma pay him back what the fuck he need, because that's some disgusting. Like that's some real wild stuff. And then for people to be like, "Oh, Jalen Carter was unnecessary for what he did at the end of the game," no, he wasn't. He definitely wasn't. He know what kind of game they was playing, bro. They was playing it dirty. They played it all the way to the fence dirty. They tried to get multiple people hurt. I almost sent out a tweet and said Bounty Gate must be back.
Exactly. You got any thoughts on this?
So it felt like. It felt like they're paying players to get hurt. Shit.
Exactly. You got any thoughts, King?
It was just a dirty play overall, man. You know, it was one of those type of plays where they were just trying to take one of the best skill player off the field, I feel like. And then also on top of that, you know, they was playing dirty all game. And, you know, it just showed the frustrations on, you know, what they were trying to do. And you could tell it was meant, you know, it wasn't like it was an accident like when last week when BG grabbed B. John's mask. You know, that was an accident. That was an accident. But this was meant, you know what I'm saying? So it should have been, it should be a fine. I don't think they're going to fine him because it was against it.
This will be his second fine in the week because he got fined last week.
Right.
So I think he'll get fined again. No. The offensive lineman that hurt Slay got fined last week for the same type of shit.
So I think on top of that, you know, I feel like Smitty would be okay. I don't think he's going to be on concussion protocol.
I don't think he had
I think he'd be
hit his head. I got to relook at the play, but it looked like he hit him more in the back than the head.
Yeah, it was the back. It was the back, but his neck jerked. Pause.
Yeah.
But yeah, I feel like I don't think he's going because they were saying on Twitter that he was being evaluated for a concussion, but I'm like I don't think it was like that type of play. I think he was fine.
I think it was more the wind. I think the wind got knocked out of him or something.
Yeah.
Because how he was sitting up looking, he didn't look dazed. You know what I mean? Usually when you come out of concussion, you kind of get up and you kind of like looking around like, where am I at? He was kind of looking like, these motherfuckers just hit me like that, bro.
Mm-hmm. But it was a dirty play, and you know,
I don't even know what their beef is with us to play like that. Is it because of CJ Gardner-Johnson and Zach Bond? You know, what's the beef y'all got with us?
Because we were still in the game and they weren't used to it. Like they were used to riding their high horse of the last 2 weeks. And that's what I said that, you know, in the beginning of the day, I said, look, I still, you know, I got hope that we're going to win this ball game. It's going to be a close one. I know it's going to be close. I didn't think this close. I didn't think it was going to be a low scoring game like this, but I said it's going to be a close game. You know, a lot of people were saying, "Oh, you know, you see what they did to Dallas and everything like that." And I'm like, "Yo, this defense is going to show up because they didn't like how they played last week, and see what happens." You know, now we're in the game and all that, and we making plays and they blowing coverages. I've seen a lot of blown coverages with the Saints, and they start getting frustrated. And then they start taking it out on our players, and they start doing dirty stuff, dirty things on both sides of the ball. And yeah, they need to be watched for the rest of the season, because I think that it's not just going to be against us. You know, they got some tough games ahead, and I think they're going to be frustrated, and it's going to be taken out on players.
Yep. So let's go ahead and let's get to the defense side of the ball. The defense had themselves a good day on the defense side of the ball. Derek Carr was 14 of 25 for 142 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. Alvin Kamara was 26 of 87. Chris Olave was 6 receiving for 86 yards. Alvin Kamara was 3 receiving for 40 yards. And of course, Zach Bond has 3 solo tackles. Chauncey, Nakobe Dean. So salute to the defense. So what grade would you give the defense, King?
Scroll up a little bit
To
their wide receivers.
Oh, to their wide receivers. Yep.
Yeah, because you missed something, right?
Yeah, go ahead.
That last wide receiver that was giving it to the Cowboys, right? You know, they got two good guys over there that they said, you know.
Yeah.
He had
go to their receivers. Go to their receivers.
No, yeah, that's what it's right there.
It's right
there.
Right
okay. Yeah. Zoom in. Yeah. That's
Shaheed
I'm telling
had
to zoom in because it's kind of blurry.
Zero receptions for Shaheed. 0 yards.
Mm-hmm.
That was the guy that was cooking the Cowboys.
He was cooking everybody. He was averaging like 100-some yards a game.
He had 0 receptions for 0 yards.
Both of the first games, he had 60-yard plus touchdowns.
Yeah. He ain't had that this game.
They tried to get him open on 1. No, 2 times. 2. They tried 2 deep plays. Mm-hmm. One on one side to Slay, one on one side to Quinyon. They ended. It was funny. It was funny because I was like looking. I'm like, they kind of ended the same way. Like goal line pass, defender right there, defender turn around, good play on the ball. Like he wasn't getting behind the defense. And I like. Right. Did you hear what CJ Gardner-Johnson said?
No.
He was like, oh, y'all tried us all day trying to get deep. Y'all tried to get behind us multiple times. You know what I'm saying? Y'all tried it. You know, y'all did get the 1 touchdown, you know, in the corner of the end zone. That's on me. But he said, y'all couldn't beat us all day. You know, and it shows right here in the stats. Like, none of they big play guys got big plays.
Right.
And Chris Olave, 6 for 86, he was getting a lot of dink and dunks.
Yeah, but that's what I was saying. Like, we talk about this Vic Fangio scheme. You know, it's frustrating, very frustrating because you know we're not getting the pressures that we need at times and everything like that. And we don't got the right personnel and everything like that. But then when you get games like this, you're like, oh, it makes sense. You're not letting nobody beat you in the back, pause, and you still not getting a decent pass rush, but your front 4, and then he switched it up, and now he has 5 out there instead of 4. You know,
what I was saying, bro. What I said they need to do. I'm like, bro, you gotta throw Milton Williams, Jordan Davis,
yeah, that's what I'm saying. It made it obvious that's what you needed to do. If you looked at the tape from the Falcons game, you know, you needed that extra body there. You had to. But yeah, shout out to the front, the front, Jordan Davis, Jalen Carter. But looking at Derek Carr's numbers.
Hold on.
Just looking at that, you know, it's like, you know, in the beginning of the game, I was frustrated because I'm like, yo, it's still no pressure on him. He's throwing the ball, but then they tightened up and they start getting pressure on him. And Jordan Davis got a sack. We got a crucial interception from Reed Blankenship again. That sealed the game. But yeah, 142 yards. You're not winning a ball game if your quarterback doing that unless you got a hell of a running game. And our Kamara, yeah, we shut him down. He was only averaging 3.3, but at the same time, he ran it for 26. They running backs, I think, only had altogether like 89 yards. That's what I'm saying. That a high power offense of the last 2 weeks that is always a what have you done for me lately, and the Saints was rolling, and they thought that what's his name? Drew Brees was there hyping up the fans and all that type stuff. And they did an interview with Derek Carr, and he's the guy. They eating gumbo in the interview and everything. I'm like, yo, we about to win this ball game. I don't know how we're gonna pull it off, but we're gonna win this ball game. And the defense showed up. And defense right now, I gotta give them an A++ as well, because without them, we wouldn't even be in this ball game, especially playing awful offense like that. And you gave it opportunity for guys like Saquon Barkley and all them to rally us back on a drive, 2-minute drive. But from start to finish, the defense was excellent. So I'll give them an A++.
Yep, Smitty.
I'm gonna send the same sentiments on the grade, A+, plus. I mean, 20. If you really think about it, right? He got 87 yards. One of those carries was like 14 yards, which was his biggest carry of all day, which was in the fourth quarter late. If you really take that away, he had 25 carries for 70 some yards. Like, we really did our job. Sometimes you're gonna break a team, but man, shout out to Zach Bond, Kobe Dean, Jordan Davis, Jalen Carter. Surprisingly, Josh Sweat today was a madman. He seemed like he had two of the biggest pressure. He didn't get the sack. He did not get the sack.
Pressures.
He had two pressures that killed drives. Where your boy Derek Carr just dirt ball. And Jalen Carter, I felt like probably should have had some sacks, but referees don't work. For Philadelphia, they close their eyes and just let things happen. It was one play really, really early. He literally beats the guard. He smashes the guard. He up under him. The guard turn around and just go. I'm screaming like, bro, where's the flag? Like, bro, the man is even Jordan turned to the ref like, you ain't see him grab me. And then it was another one. He got Jalen Carter like this. Jalen trying to get to the sack. He ended up like they getting into it. He look at the ref like, bro, you don't see my jersey? Like, he got my it was a lot. I felt like Jalen Carter probably should have had him too. I mean, I think, but he did something, what I like to see from a defensive lineman, man. They always tell you if you get past your man and you headed to the court, hands up. He got two deflections. Quinyon Mitchell played great. Shout out to CJ Gardner Johnson played a good game. He did get beat on the touchdown, but that boy was everywhere. I think he was a missile cannon. He was coming all pause. He was coming all over the field, just boom, boom, boom. I'm like, is CJ is he upset? Is he angry? And then
he like to go against his old teams. That's why.
Well, from what we heard at the end, I guess they was talking junk during the week. You know what I mean?
Of course.
I didn't really see it, but obviously CJ seen it. And he said he kept the receipt. I heard all types of stuff like he was ducking them and he didn't want to play them, and I said it on the space. I said, man, he said see you Sunday. I'm gonna take that as he playing. And that was like Friday. And people was like, CJ playing in spaces asking. I said, yeah, I think he playing. He said see you Sunday, then he gonna be on the field. Hopefully we can get the rest of our guys back. Defensively, I think this defense is gonna hit a whole new level. But right now, to me, if Huff could just get some pressure, he did really well today in the run. That's the one thing I will give him. With them sliding him inside and putting Zach Bond next to him or slotting Zach Bond on the other end and putting Sweat inside, he was holding the edge. I'm gonna give him that today. But pass rush wise, he still ain't getting home. He's still not winning his matchup one-on-one on the outside. He did a couple of times get enough depth on his pass rush that Derek Carr had to, do some things to try to maneuver to, get a pass off. So I give him that, but he has to do better, man. He has to show up. But everybody else around him showed up today. Moro Jomo played some pivotal snaps and got some stops. So Alvin Kamara reaching his arm out. But Jordan Davis with the big sack, man. I think Derek Carr was scared for his life when he looked up and see Jordan Davis. He was like, hey, all right, bro, you cool. I ain't gonna let you tackle me, dog. Hey, Jordan Davis is a big dude to be running at you wide open, and you ain't got nobody open. He said, hey, look, I'm down. You ain't got to tackle me or nothing. I'm glad to see them using him in more than just rush forward. You know what I mean? And that was a stunt. It was a stunt play. He kind of stepped back, went around the other way, wide open. I'm kind of happy to see that, man. Figure out a way to utilize what Jalen Carter brings to the defense, right? He's obviously making dudes slide and move, and confusion is the key because they always trying to figure out where Jalen Carter is so much to figure out where the pressure coming from. When you do stuff like that with Jordan Davis and Jalen Carter, Jordan Davis can get a free run on any quarterback. I love it. Vic Fangio came with a different game plan. I preached that 5-man front over and over again. Lotto was in the chat. He know I was. And if they come out in the 5-man front, I thought what happened is what was going to happen. They were going to be stifled. Running game wasn't going to be good. I didn't think they were, a great team. They played against a team in Dallas who has weak play all over their defensive line other than in the pass rush. I think their linebacker game is subpar. And I thought the Panthers, just all around is not a good team, So when I said I thought they played too many other teams, I was told I needed to give them some respect. I needed to give them some type of, praise for beating the Cowboys and beating the Panthers. I didn't think they had played teams with the defensive talent we had. I didn't know if Fangio was going to execute the talent and put it out there in the best position to stop what they were going to try to do. He did, and it worked out in the best of our favor. So A++, man, I'm riding with DV on that.
Yep, A+ to the defense side of the ball, man. Salute to them.
Hold on, I got a question for y'all.
Go ahead.
What do y'all make of this Devin White situation, man? Is he healthy? Is what's going on at this point? Because they asked him earlier this week, hey, you ever play special teams? It's like almost like they don't have, or he don't fit the scheme. What do you think of this situation, man? Because it's just been wild for the past 2 weeks. I ain't gonna say.
I feel like the guys in front of him just playing better. I feel like the guys in front of him are doing the job. Like you remember DV? It reminds me of like when we drafted Nakobe, and we kept saying like, why we don't see him on the field? Why he not getting out on the field? Like why is he not getting the chance to play? Why he not getting snaps? And then one day you were just like, man, maybe TJ Edwards and Kaiser White playing so good you can't put him on the field.
Right.
And it might be the same thing for Devin White. Like Zach Bond is playing basically 2 positions right now. Can Devin White pull that position off if he comes in and take that spot? Can he slide down and be the edge rusher, and play the edge and set the edge, or is he a liability? And then Nakobe is man in the middle by himself. Like in those plays where Zach Bond goes to be a defensive end, it's Nakobe across the middle with hash to hash by himself.
Right.
So can Devin White come in? And I know Devin White can't play the pass well at all. He's a liability. So I thought, personally, he was going to be in some type of blitz package at least, where you bring it in as 6 man and you just say, but maybe you're right, man. Maybe he doesn't play well enough right now to fit the scheme over what production we get from Zach Bond, the production we get from Nakobe Dean. I haven't seen anybody else play. Like I would be, to me, DV, I would be a little bit like outraged if like you seen like a Trotter, you seen like a Ben Van Summerman, you seen guys like that getting snaps and he still was inactive. But those
Right.
guys aren't even getting snaps. It's just two guys in there, no rotation. So if you do activate him, is there going to be a rotation? Is Fangio rotating linebackers, or is he comfortable with what he has? And in that point, I just don't know, because I've been looking at it too. I've been looking at the snaps, like wondering, is Vivek Summerman jumping in? Is Trotter getting in? Those guys playing strictly special teams. So maybe there's just not a role for him right now. Is my only thought.
Yeah,
I remember. We went. Go ahead, Cool Cat.
Yep. For me, I feel the exact same way. Like, to me, it's like put the best people for me, it's like, if you're like, what is he doing in practice? Because you got other people doing their job in some way, but he's not on the field for some reason. So what is he doing in practice to making the coaching staff, who we'll get to after we give out game balls, to put him on the inactives? Like, what is he doing in practice?
Hey, y'all know it's only one undefeated team left?
Yep.
They play us.
Yep, the Steelers.
Stay undefeated, baby. Please let us knock you out. We can get some good momentum going down the stretch.
Yep. So for me, to answer your question, King, I don't really know. It's like, what is he doing in camp? I mean, in practice, to not be on the field I don't understand it.
I don't know. I just think that he don't fit the scheme, and I think that you can use him as trade bait around the trade deadline if somebody needs a linebacker or so forth. Because at this point, even looking at open practice and everything like that, the linebackers like Jeremiah Trotter Jr., Ben Van Summerman, they were having better plays than him. The only things that I've seen him as his leadership towards Nakobe Dean, like giving him pointers, but also like the play he had against Saquon, the pass breakup. Besides that, you didn't really hear too much about Devin White, but he was just starting
the
with.
Vikings are too. So it's the Vikings and the Steelers.
Okay. But you didn't really hear anything about Devin White, and that's what I'm saying, that I don't think he fit the scheme. We can actually, either get a pick or get another player for him, something. But I don't think he's going to fit the scheme at all. And I think Vic Fangio just don't like him in certain places. That's why they asked him about the special teams, because it just going from you possibly a starter and you a Super Bowl champion to just special team player, bro. Like that's gut wrenching.
His spirit seems high though, bro. Like, if you pay attention on the sideline, he didn't seem like down or out. He seemed like happy. He was enjoying himself.
I know. No, I seen, when they first announced it, I heard some disappointment in his voice. Of course he's trying.
I ain't saying in the interview, but I'm saying like more like while he was on the field during the game, his spirits was high. He was rooting his guys on. Like, he wasn't being like a Rudy Poo like he was last year with Temple.
I just don't want this. I just don't want this to turn into another Rashad Penny situation.
Yeah.
What you mean?
Remember, we was all like, Rashad Penny, put him in the beginning of the season. But then when he finally got in, and then it was just like, oh, that's why he's not in the game.
So why don't we treat it like we seen what the outcome might be? Like, maybe he is Rashad Penny in defensive form. Maybe he gets in and he's not holding lane contamination. He's not doing things right. Maybe Fangio is just, he knows. We wanted Rashad Penny a lot, and that's why I'm kind of like standing back on the Devin White. Like, do I really want to ask for him to be in the game? Because what if he is Rashad Penny?
We don't know.
He's very underwhelming. We didn't know.
We don't know. And going into tomorrow or Tuesday or so forth, when the coordinators do talk and we talk to Vic Fangio, he has to answer that question, like, what's up with Devin White, and he has to let people know like the truth, and he's been doing that. But we need to know like what's really going on with this Devin White situation. I got another question for y'all though before we get to the coaches.
Yeah, we're gonna give out game balls before we get to the coaching, but go ahead.
Oh, okay. Last question from me.
No, you're good, King.
In the beginning, when the schedule first came out and everything, and everybody was all up and all like, "Wow, do we got a week 5 bye and everything like that?" How y'all liking this week 5 bye now? How y'all liking that shit up?
I still don't like it.
Even with the outcome of what's going on now, we got injuries and everything like that. People need to get
we dealt with
up.
so many injuries. We dealt with so many injuries. Like, what do I think is going to happen on a 13-game stretch with no bye? Like, I would have still preferred the bye to be like at least another 2 weeks. Because now we dealing with all these injuries early. I mean, maybe you could look at it from the point like we getting them out of the way. But what happens on a 13-game stretch with no breaks when we got injured in a 3-game sample size? We pretty beat up for like most teams are beat up. You know what I mean? A lot of teams out there dealing with a lot of injuries. I'm like still kind of like, dang, I wish it was still like another 2 weeks, because then you get. I think we still get AJ back this week. I don't know. You know, I think
you're muted.
I think Mekhi Becton to be back. Like, I still, it's just so early, bro. And I really listen. I really don't want to get the Browns a break. I want to catch them while they soaking. I want to catch Tampa while they soaking. I want to catch them back to back, bro. I swear.
Yeah.
Tampa ain't been playing good football the last 2 weeks, man.
No, they haven't, and I'm mad because Mike Evans is on my squad.
Yeah,
they've been quiet, man. Today, Mike Evans was really, really quiet.
Yep. For me, it's like I get why they did it, but I wish they didn't, because you got the Browns. They're not looking so good. We got the Bucks coming up next, which we'll talk about later on. They're not looking so good. Of course, you got the Cowboys, the Washington Commanders. You got the Ravens and the Rams. We'll see how they do by the time we get up there. Now, the ending of the season with the Panthers, Steelers, Cowboys at the Link, Washington, and Giants, okay. But any given Sunday, it's like, why make it week 4? I would have been okay with week 5 or week 6.
No, it is week 5.
Yeah, I would have been okay with week 6 or 7. It's, you know what I mean? It's early. But what's your thoughts, King?
No, I'm on the other side of the fence. Whereas though I feel like that, they need that rest now.
Yeah.
They got their feet wet. I feel like this that part of the season. This part of the season is the starters preseason, and I feel like they're getting all the kinks out now. I feel like that, down the stretch, yes, you still can deal with injuries and everything, but the death comes into play when where, guys got to step up. That's when, you got to make sure, the training that you had and you were going through in the off season, you got to go through the motions, injured, banged up or not. Everybody's banged up by the time end of the year comes around. So you got to play ball. But I feel like that as of right now, you got Lane Johnson with a concussion, Mekhi Becton his finger, Devontae Smith was banged up, dirty play on Slay as well. Then you got Britton Covey, somebody that they highly key on 2 positions of offense and special teams. You got certain guys that's banged up. AJ Brown also, we don't know if he's going to be back this game or not. He said a few weeks. But it could be a few weeks, like 3 weeks injury, and then he'll come back after the bye. We don't know what's possible at this point. But, I feel like now, because you couldn't change the bye, but now it's starting to look like it's going to help the Eagles in the long run than hurt them. I don't think it's going to hurt them.
I'm like, you said the depth part, right? I would rather the depth be in playing with no tape than them coming in later and people understanding what we want to do with our offense once we have an identity. That's kind of how I am. Like, if we could have got through the next 2 or 3 weeks with the young guys in, because right now nobody knows what we want to do. That's kind of how we kind of effectively beating teams. Like, we're keeping them on their heels because we have a Saquon, then we have all this firepower. So people like, because that Saquon run, they've been stacking the box for like 6 or 7 plays. All of a sudden, Devontae Smith go down for some odd reason. They say, "Oh, we're not gonna stack the box this play." He go for 65. So it's like, it just me looking at it, I'm like, they don't have any tape. They really don't know what the Eagles' identity is. So if we had to play some of the younger guys, I would kind of prefer to play them now. And it's kind of like they don't have tape. They don't understand what the Eagles want to do. They don't understand what we going, what we getting to right now. So obviously, week 5 bye is good now that we got the injuries, but I don't think I don't know. The 13 games in a row still bothers me, bro. It's just it's bothersome, my friend. Because it's like you put us in a predicament with like 4 games. Okay, yeah, we have been banged up, but then you got us 13 straight. Like, I don't even like that. I just don't like it.
Yeah. So let's go ahead and give out some game balls. By the way, before I give out that out, salute to the 121 people watching, man. Let's get them likes up on all the channels. Hit that subscribe button, hit the notification bell, like, subscribe, and comment to the Birds of Broad Street YouTube channel, man, and all of our channels. So with that being said, let's hand out game balls. We'll start with you, Smitty. Nate, who gets some game balls?
Saquon, Dallas Goedert. I want to give.
Go ahead, you can.
Landon Dickerson, got to give him one day. Defensively, I'm gonna go Jordan Davis, Jalen Carter, Quinyon.
Yeah. King?
I'm gonna go. I mean, obviously Saquon and Dallas Goedert, right? I was gonna say Landon Dickerson because I didn't think he was gonna say that because he played way better than he did against the Falcons. If I gotta get a third, I mean
that's why I gave the third one because like the other two is kind of you can't not get those two a ball, so that's why I went with a third one. Like Saquon,
I picked Devontae. On offense, I picked Devontae. I picked Devontae regardless.
Listen, I wanted to go there, but I wanted to leave that for you. I kind of felt you was going there.
I picked Devontae. And on defense, of course, Jalen Carter, Jordan Davis. I'm gonna go CJ Gardner-Johnson. Even though Reed Blankenship had the interception, but I feel like Reed Blankenship interceptions were schemed up plays for him to be in that position to get those interceptions. It wasn't like he was like, he did the right thing at the right moment because the way the play fell out, like against Green Bay, that play was schemed up from the linebacker position, and that made him open to get that interception.
He really cheating though.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's not like he's a ball hawk. It's just like he's in the right position at the right time.
It's 50-50 because if he cheat and miss, it's a completion on both times. Really all 3 of the interceptions he's had in that same type of format. If he cheat and miss, that's a big play.
It is.
So he kind of a ball hawk because look at the catches he made, bro. He catch him like a ballerina, bro. He like, and, bro. If you take a picture right now of all 3 of the picks that we really remember in our head, they all look the same. They all the same pick, bro. He go
Aaron
all the way,
Rodgers,
he come back, and he catch it right before it hit the ground.
The one from Aaron Rodgers, the other one from Green Bay, and then this one. They all look the same. All of them.
Yep. For me, Dallas Goedert, Saquon on the offense side of the ball. Defensively,
who's your third? Hold on, no. You gotta give out a third.
Oh right,
you know those
right. I gotta give out a third. Man,
yeah. You gotta reach out. Everybody know those 2. They had almost 500 yards combined.
Right. Shoot, man. I don't want because King already said Devontae.
I said Landon.
There's only one other guy. It's only one other guy that you could say, and you would be right. Like even though I don't think that he had a good game, but you could give him a game ball as well. And the guy is behind me.
Jay, man.
Jalen freaking Hurts. Yeah, he gets a game ball, of course.
There's nothing wrong with giving the game ball. I think he played some bad moments and some good moments. Right. He got to be more consistent, bro. He really got.
That's what I'm saying. That's where my frustrations with him lies at. But he's still my quarterback, so
But I gotta give him grace, bro, because like it's a lot of other quarterbacks we watching in first years in they scheme, and they're not winning those games. They're losing.
Yeah.
Like Jay is at least pulling the wins out. Like
like
we see team quarterbacks all the time in first year, and they have really bad stats, and Jay is really trying to figure it out. He really trying to see it a little different. And Greg Olsen said it best. He said, the offense looks good, but you still got a quarterback that's learning. You know what I mean? No matter how good you look, he's still learning. So it's gonna be some mistakes. He has to. I mean, I guess he just learned. I really, you know what I'm saying. But I think nothing wrong with you giving him the game ball, though.
Yeah.
Right.
So yeah, y'all right. So Jalen freaking Hurts, the Goddard and Saquon on the offense side of the ball. Defense, Carter, Jordan Davis, and Chauncey.
Yeah, out there.
Yeah. So let's go ahead and get to the.
We got to give an honorable mention though, man.
Yeah, who y'all got before we get to the coaches?
Because you went with Chauncey, but we got to give Zach Bond honorable mention.
Yeah, we do. Yep.
Oh yeah. 13 tackles.
That man, listen, but it's not even the 13 tackles, DV. Like, yeah, it's you did put, but like him being able to say, maybe I don't know if he said it, but him being able to be like, I'm gonna go back to my old position, edge, and playing line, and I'm gonna set the edge, bro. I'm gonna make sure every time Alvin get out here, I'm making the tackle. He's not gonna break on me, and you can see that mentality in him. Like, bro, if you see how hard it was, the one play where he got like maybe like 4 yards, Zach Bond was like this with the tackle, like, nah, you ain't finna hold me, bro. I'm finna get him out of here. I'm going to get that tackle, and he ran him down. He dove. He was like, nah. He wrapped them legs up. I said, Zach Bond playing with a little bit of emphasis on the game, like he really want to show that he belongs being a starter. And he did some. He had some moments in that game where like he really made some plays. He really was like really locked in. I would give it to Nakobe, but Nakobe just did his job. He did what we expect from him. You don't get you get a game ball for doing your job, but like honorable mention right now gotta be Zach Bond, bro. That man has been on a wrecking crew for 3 weeks, man.
Yep.
Well, 2.5, because he didn't play good in that first half last week.
No, he did.
Yeah. Any thoughts on Zach Bond, King?
I mean, Zach Bond had a good game as well. I'm not mad at the honorable mention.
Yep. So let's go.
I don't. But one thing I'm gonna tell my coach, Fangio, stop putting my linebackers out there 1-on-1 with receivers. Because Nakobe almost got caught again. He was 1-on-1 with Rashid Shaheed in the third quarter, but they didn't throw it to him. They threw it somewhere else. I said, man, what's going on with? I understand he trusts the linebackers in past situations, but when I see that, my heart completely goes. I be like, please don't throw it right there. Cause come on, bro, he gonna run away from Nakobe.
Right.
He running away. If he catch that ball, he gonna cut up. Nakobe gonna be in trouble, man. Nakobe gonna have to pursue in hopes of him making a move and making the tackle.
Right. So let's go ahead. Speaking of the Vic Fangio, let's get to him. Let's get to Kellen Moore and the other guy. So start us off, King.
Any order?
Whichever order that you want.
Okay, so it's a reason why at the end of the game that Nick Sirianni was emotional. If we lose this game, he will be in the office even before he get to back to the NovaCare Center. He did some bozo shit this game. Bad banishment of play calling, and also not taking the points, going for fourth down. Just knowing that your offense is not in the rhythms, go back to the drawing board, let them figure it out on the sidelines before they get back out there. I feel like that this game could have been put away if we just had a good manager. And it's at the point now, in the beginning of the season, it's like what's Nick Sirianni's role? And this game didn't make it seem like he knew what the hell to do in these type of moments. I feel like Nick Sirianni needs to really be off this team. And I think that the players right now are saving his ass. I'm going to just keep it 100. The players right now are saving his ass because the management skills of Nick Sirianni is horrific. It's stupid. It's real dumb. Going forward, fourth down, draw plays to Jalen Hurts, because I know it's night and day. If you look at the game from Green Bay Packers week 1 and then Atlanta Falcons, it's night and day on Kellen Moore's scheme with the Green Bay Packers and a mixture of him and Nick Sirianni. You could tell how it was. It was real stagnant. We weren't moving the ball. Of course, we didn't have AJ Brown, but we have these playmakers. We still have Jahan Dotson that we haven't been working on. It's like they work on one thing at a time at practice. They work on tackling and they work on run game. That won us this game this week, but y'all still didn't include Jahan Dotson fully into the offense. Y'all did scheme up Dallas Goedert, but like I said, when it got to the crucial moments of the game, I feel like that Nick Sirianni did not do well at managing. So I feel he gets a F from me. I'm gonna just say an F from me for him. Vic Fangio gets an A+ from me. I feel like that, him basically adding that guy, that man, at the front. Instead of 4, you got 5 down there. Also, not allowing the big plays that the Saints is used to doing in the past couple weeks. Stopping the run and making that the emphasis of this week, and just having guys focus, having Jalen Carter focused. In his interview, he said, not to be late, and I think he just came in focused. And then on top of that, he knew the Saints was playing dirty and everything. This is why you seen him all fired up at the end of the game. Vic Fangio had those boys playing. Had those boys prepared, especially for Alvin Kamara, because I thought Alvin Kamara was going to have a day on us. I didn't think that they were going to win. But I knew that, we was going to have a hard time stopping it, and they just keyed in on the run game, and the play actions didn't work. The big plays wasn't there for them, and the Saints wasn't able to, move the ball. So Vic Fangio gets a A++. As far as Kellen Moore, I feel like Kellen Moore did things correctly down the stretch. I feel like that, we can't really put it all on Kellen Moore because, like I said, you still got that sprinkle of Nick Sirianni. I knew this was going to be an issue at the beginning of the year when he came out with that report basically saying that it was difficult for him to give up, the control of the offense. I knew he was going to try to have his 2 cents into the offense. But at the end of the day, I think that, the coaching staff overall, or the coordinators, I should say, did a decent job. So, overall, I said an F. I said A++. I'm going to give Kellen Moore a B. Wow. I'm gonna give Kellen Moore a B. So overall, the coaching staff gets a grade of like a B. I think they average out to a B.
Yeah. Smitty, I'll be right back. Go ahead, Smitty.
I'm gonna give Nick Sirianni a C+. I really want to give him a little bit more. He made two tremendous fucking idiotic plays in the red zone, not going for the field goal. I ain't gonna give him an F though. I mean, he did piss me the hell off. I wanted to choke him a couple of times. I wanted to go to the Saints and be like, bro, if you don't take those 3 points at half and the 3 points coming out of half, I was really upset with that, right? That was some bad maneuvering. I don't know if he calling plays. I know some of his playbook. I could tell some of his playbook is still in the damn plays. You can tell some of his offense is still incorporated. It wasn't a full 100% switch, but I think as the season go on, as Kellen Moore is able to implement his offense and get more guys, understanding their role and what's going on and understanding, because I know he likes a lot of options and stuff like that to his main receivers, giving them the chance to, hey, look, you're gonna have two ways to go on this. You can go across the field, or you can take them on the fly. We trying to hit them in a couple ways. But Nick Sirianni, you have to understand. I understand, like, and you could tell he listened to what people are talking about. Last week, we all complained about the 4th and 3. We all said, you got to be more aggressive, He does this on a regular basis. He overcompensates. You got to stop doing that and just coach the game, bro. Like, that's why I said it's only 2. Like, the first one, the Saquon, the tush push, the variation, that really was just Calcaterra being a bum and slipping on the outside and getting cooked. Yeah. And if he doesn't get cooked, Saquon get the first. He literally got blowed the hell up. He was laying on the ground like this when the play was over. But he was laying like this before the play was over. He was just laying on the ground like, oh, man, did they just blow me up? Is everybody going to see me on national TV? Everybody walked away. He still was laying there like this. I'm like, bro. But you got to take the points in the second two opportunities, right? That first opportunity, it went astray. You left the 3 out there. When you come back, the second time, you got to get the 3. I believe, the third time you come down after the half, you got to get those 3. That's 6 points on the board.
Mm-hmm.
That could have put us in a comfortable position after Saquon scored the touchdown, but he did make, some pivotal calls. I don't like this. Oh, he had 3. The 60-yard field goal when Jake Elliott is severely cold was very idiotic to me. He hasn't kicked all day, and then you say, you know what, 60. It wasn't long enough. It wasn't straight. I think on that third down, if it was me, I probably would just hand it off and got a little bit, make it maybe 55, give him an opportunity to be a little bit more comfortable range. Fangio, A++. I ain't even got to talk about that. We seen it on display. I'm gonna give a B+ to our boy Kellen, man. Without everything, I mean, today was when I really seen him open the play. But all right, we're gonna get the game plan and run it. We're gonna do a little something. I see. Listen, I think if Smitty don't get hurt, Smitty might be going crazy in that last drive because it looked like they was playing some type of triangle coverage on Smitty. And when you go back and look at it, you'll see it. They played a triple team, like how they played Stephen Curry, a boxing one. It took 3 defenders and said, "Look, y'all surround him, follow him over the field, like if you was the little Ouija board, like you playing the Ouija board. We following Smitty wherever he go. We not letting him out, and just to see, And then they said, you know what, we're gonna switch it up. Kellen said, you know what, I see they getting the triple team once he gets a certain distance out there. So we're just gonna make whoever out there play man on man. We're gonna quick game you. I mean, Smitty was cooking with a quick game. He's cooking all over the field. Found a couple of dots. So I'm gonna give him a B+. I think he did a pretty good job without AJ. I think the only problem I got with him that he doesn't get an A is that first quarter Saquon 0 yard shit. That's really aggravating. Y'all got to start giving him the ball in the first quarter. Slow the game down. Clock management is just as it is in the fourth. So give him an opportunity to let him do his thing. But overall, I'm kind of with DV, like a B+, like a B+.
Yeah, B+ for me as well for the coaching staff. B+ for Kellen Moore. He did some good in this game. A+ for Vic Fangio. Nick Sirianni gets a big fat F, man. I mean, look. You go for it on 4th and 1 multiple times when you should have kept the points. It should have been, it was 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. It should have been 21 points added to that 15. Instead, you go for it on 4th and 1 with that brotherly shove play that didn't work.
But every other time we tried it worked though.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah, I know. I'm talking
about the third time we ran it. You can tell Calcaterra to go sit his ass. They should have had Jack Stahl in. When you watch that play, you're gonna be like, "Oh, I see why it didn't work." Calcaterra literally gets blowed the freak up by a small dude, by a cornerback. Cornerback stood him up and made him lay on the ground. I swear, Calcaterra to me, bro, is so damn soft, bro. I really want to sell dude out. Like I know the play didn't work, but for you to get blowed up by a cornerback like that, and you 6'2", 280, for you to get laid out like if you was Kenny Gainwell,
man.
Bro, that is ridiculous, bro. For you to be, bro, you had one job: stop the man in front of me because my running back is finna run down this hole. And by the time the running back get there, you land on the ground, face down in the dirt like this. Like if the police finna take you to jail.
Yeah, you're right.
That's ridiculous, bro. You can't be that big and can't block, bro.
Right.
God. I'll bet y'all this: the next time we run it, Jack Stahl will be the blocker as a tight end.
Yeah.
No, that's a fact. That's a fact.
Yep. But yeah,
Jack Stahl, bitch ass. Well, that nigga's
I
so
know.
soft, boy. God damn, you can't do nothing. You can't catch. You can't block. I almost want to ask you the same question, Sirianni. What is your job?
Exactly, man. So B+ for the coaching staff, F for Sirianni, B+ for Kellen, A+ for Vic Fangio. So let's give our early preview because we're early on the Buccaneers. So we'll start with you, Smitty. Early thoughts?
I mean, keep the defense going the way we is now. I mean, we can do the same thing to them. They're a little different. They're not an outside zone running game team. They like to run in the middle, which is our strong front. We like teams that run straight at us and not outside where we got to do all this. Even last year, even with the porous defense, running in the middle was still not a good idea for any team. The biggest thing is I think Quinyon is probably going to get tested a lot more than he has in any other game because they're going to put a guy like Mike Evans over there. They're going to put a guy like Chris Godwin over there. They're going to put the guy that we don't like that much because Brad Berry wasn't able to tackle in the playoff game, Palmer over there. They're going to test Quinyon out a few times. They're going to put him in situations with one-on-one with Mike Evans and let Mike Evans run his famous route, in the red zone on that fade, one-on-one, he gonna get tried. So hopefully, he comes out with a good game plan. We're able to stifle them like we did today with the Saints. And it's a team that's spiraling a little bit. They're trying to kind of catch their footing. Even though they won last week, it was ugly win. They lost today in another ugly fashion. Offense wasn't able to really click. So I think next week we got to come out with the same type of game plan, and they're injured. So hopefully we do get a guy like A.J. Brown back. They are down a lot of secondary pieces. They're working with, the midnight crew, the skeleton crew, to try to get stops. I think if we come out next week, man, and I think Vita Vea out too. So that's another, big thing for us. I think this game here, man, it's two teams kind of searching for identity going into the fourth game of the season. Both teams kind of struggling to get their first couple wins off the board. And both of us kind of had sad losses. They sad losses come after us having a good victory. I think you got to go in and execute your job like we did today. Stay true to what you're doing on defense. Keep the 5-man front because I think even with the 5-man front, I know it's predominantly for the run. We were able to get pressures off the 5-man front. It didn't seem like, people offensive line was able to pick up. And I think it depending on the game plan or depending on who's on the field, I think we're gonna have a tough sled ahead of us. If we down AJ, we down Smitty, we down Lane, if we down Makai, we coming out, playing. But I'm kind of, grateful we get to go in this week, kind of knowing guys are out. You kind of game plan some more guys in. I thought, Jahan Dotson would have had a bigger role, but maybe this is opportunity. You going against a team with, limited secondary help right now. Their best secondary player is out for the year in Antoine Winfield Jr. So I think, this game here could be a good one. I haven't really got a chance to look totally at they loss today to see, how effective the other team was in beating them, what they did well. So I'm going to just go off of what I've seen from my team so far. If we can get another effort like we did on defense today, and we can improve the offense, I think we're in for another good game.
Yep. King?
Yeah, I feel like this game is going to be the smoothest that you see the offense. I think reason is because you bring in a guy like Kellen Moore and the quarterback coach like Doug Nussmeier that had Jalen Hurts practice the blitz that the Bucks was good for, doing. Todd Bowles and them did a great job, putting this the game plan against Jalen Hurts. So they're going to test that out early. They're going to test that out early to see how much that improved. And then we gotta go forward with the adjustments, and we're just gonna be looking forward to that. But I think the offense.
Do you think they will?
They're gonna test it out early.
I'm just saying with all they, just me personally, just asking, with all their secondary injuries, you think they're gonna leave, guys that they don't trust out there on the island?
Yeah, especially if AJ Brown doesn't play and everything. I think that they're going to try to replicate kind of what you said about what they was doing to Devontae Smith. They're going to try to do certain things like that, even though they probably don't even trust these guys, but they probably trust their front to try to get over on our offensive line a couple plays to disrupt Jalen Hurts' flow. But I feel like that just the addition of Saquon Barkley, Jalen Hurts being able to maneuver with his legs, he's more healthier than he was the last time.
Let's say he good.
Yeah, I just seen that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that it's going to be a more smoother outlook for the. It's probably going to be a stepping stone game. We're going to go into the bye week with a win. That's my prediction. On the offensive side, the defensive side, of course, they got to show up like they did. It's going to be a different type of scheme because I feel like that they're going to run through Mike Evans, try to get Quinyon Mitchell into some situations. Hopefully, we get some guys back to the point where everybody will be ready, basically. So I'm not really too concerned about the defense. Special teams got to step up. Special teams really got to step up, man. You can't have one of the best years y'all had in a while, and then come back in 2023 and have one of the worst seasons that you had in a while. No, not 2023. Starting this year, just having the worst season that you had in a while. So that's what I'm saying. That I feel like offense is going to show up, defense is going to do their job. We need special teams to do something here to get a win. Now, I can't give a score prediction or anything yet, but at the same time, I do feel like that we're going to see a way better offensive scheme from Kellen Moore and also better play from Jalen Hurts. And I think they're going to focus more on, just protecting the football and not making these mental mistakes that's going to possibly cost the team.
Right. I agree with you. Offensively, you guys score some points, right? Because you guys score some points. Salute to Saquon. Salute to Dallas Goedert. Hopefully AJ Brown comes back. Same for Devontae. Prayers to him. Defense, what you did today, you got to do the exact same thing because you're going back to the scene of the crime where all this natural funk all started, all ended at. So you're going back to the scene of the crime. So everybody got to step up. So we'll give our score prediction later this week on all our shows, which let's get down to it. We got the check down Saturday, Smitty. What you guys got on the check down?
We're just gonna be doing the weekly review, man, going over some of these games that got played, reaction to that. Obviously one of my co-hosts is a Saints fan, so she'll be there a little.
Prayers to her, man. Prayers to her.
But we both thought it was gonna be a good game. She took her team, I took my team. So we got that. One more. This kind of the final week before we bring out our power rankings again, man. After we doing it every 4 weeks, so next week will be the power rankings. Man. That'll be lit. Hopefully, my team can capitalize on another win, and we can stay in the top 5.
Yep. Inside the nest. What's up with the inside the nest with you two?
We at, man. We you probably get our prediction for the game at that point. To see what we've seen actually from this game, because obviously the aftermath is the initial reaction, but Wednesday you get the full breakdown, man, of what we really seen, what really happened, how we feel about that game, how we feel about the next game. Maybe see if we can pull somebody in, man. See if somebody want to sit down and talk with us, man. Maybe do a call in. You never know.
You never know. Birds Flying High, the new show with King DV, Coach Tim. What's up with the crew, King?
So both of my guys are in New Orleans right now. So they're not going to be here.
Timmy, Coach.
They both there, and I knew it was going to be a hard time for me to be able to do this show. I don't know if it's going to happen, but if it does happen, it's going to be a call in, just to get everybody's take on, what's going on with the team. Nick Sirianni, what they think or see that could be done better moving forward. But and how they feel about this victory here. But overall, yeah, it'd probably just be a live calling and just having people on, just talking football.
Right. Cool Cat Mitch, Birds of Broad Street tomorrow. The word of the day for Birds of Broad Street is respond. How do we feel about the Birds responding to this to the loss with the Falcons and this win? So the word of the day is respond. Cool Cat Mitch, we'll talk about it. Jalen Freaking Hurts podcast, we'll really talk about it. Broad Street News, Bird Talk, the normal stuff with your boy. So make sure y'all tap in. And with that, let's wrap up the show because we got things to do tomorrow. So start us off, King.
Look, man, it always fly equals fly, man. Happy that we coming off a victory. Of course, it wasn't the prettiest of victories, but we'll take it. After the letdown in Philly versus the Falcons, but we'll take the win. Shout out to the defense for supporting the offense all game and making sure that we was in a great position to seal the deal. And shout out to the coordinators for basically putting out decent game plans when it mattered the most. Focusing on the run stopping and everything like that. I just don't want everybody to, come off tomorrow and say, we got issues still. I feel like that.
They will.
It's still like a work in progress, or as of right now, it's just going through the motion as an Eagle fan. Like I said, the bye week, I feel like it's going to help us out to get healthier and try to be our best for this long stretch pause that we got to go through towards the end of the season. But look, as always, go Birds, fly Eagles fly, man. Great win. We 2-1. Could have been 3-0, but we'd take the record, man. I'm happy to be 2-1 and not 1-2 like some other guys.
Yep. Smitty.
Hey man, it's always fly Eagles fly. It's always go Birds, man. Let's get back healthy. Let's get back to the game plan. Let's execute. We got a big game coming up next week, and then we got the bye, so. Not too much. Let's just do better on offense, man. Come out and play a little bit better on offense, and we should be good. Until y'all know what it is, man. Until next time.
Yep, till next time. And for me, listen, I much rather be 2-1 with a whole lot of stuff to work on than 1-2 like these other teams. Cowboys, 49ers. So I much rather be 2-1 than 1-2. Just keep the main thing, work on your fundamentals. Let's get to Broad Street football. Ignore what all these people going to say, because if you listen to radio, if you listen to these TV shows tomorrow, they're going to tell you the exact same thing. So ignore all that. Focus on the Buccaneers. Ignore everything else, y'all. Focus on the Bucs. That's who we need to focus on. We focus on anything else. You saw what happened versus the Falcons. So let's focus on the Bucs. And with that, fly Eagles fly, go Birds, and whether it's the thrill of victory or the agony of defeat, there's always an aftermath. Peace. Fly,